WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Cash Matlock. Tupelo police officers and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation are looking into an early morning officer-involved shooting. The department says the shooting happened around 1 a.m. this morning on the Tupelo Children's Mansion property. TPD officers say it all started with a vehicle pursuit out of Union County. The driver made his way into Tupelo and left his vehicle at the intersection of Hillsdale and East Main Street. Officers located the male suspect on the Children's Mansion property, and an officer-involved shooting took place. The suspect was transported to NMMC for treatment. No TPD officers or civilians were physically injured. A firearm was recovered at the scene. Children's Mansion Director Stephen Judd says staff members and all 90 of the children on campus were safe during the incident. MBI is leading that investigation. A Eupora Wellness Center clerk is shaken up after being robbed and temporarily abducted. Officers with the Eupora Police Department say this man walked into the center just before 8 o'clock Friday night wielding a screwdriver and demanding money. Police say the suspect is a 150-pound African-American male with a dark color hood and a blue rag covering parts of his face. The suspect allegedly took $40 from the clerk and then demanded that the clerk take him to the Regions Bank down the road to collect more funds. He then allegedly forced the clerk to take out an additional $200 from the ATM. After getting the cash, the suspect ran away. Officers are reviewing the footage. If you have any information regarding the robbery, please call the Eupora Police Department at 662-258-4121. Concerned citizens gathered in Tupelo this afternoon to take a stance against gun violence. WCBI's Chad Groening was there and has more.
What your purpose is for our lives, God. God, let them know what it is.
The event was sponsored by Helping Communities Heal. Many of those in attendance at Tupelo's Gumtree Park have suffered personally at the hands of gun violence.
It's just to bring awareness to gun violence and let the communities know that we're here for them, and let other people know that we're here for them, because we need these children to know that gun violence is not the answer and that they are our future, and we really need them.
We started this organization because my son was killed back in May of last year, and I'm trying to help other parents that's going through what I'm going through and to stop other parents from going through what we're going through. We may not stop it, but if we can save one person's life out of this organization, that's what we're aiming for.
Teresa Panel lost her brother to gun violence 2 years ago in Tupelo.
It's not good or bad to have a gun, but there's a lot of responsibility in that, in handling guns. If you do not have that training to handle a gun, then you don't need that gun.
And participants recognize there is a spiritual aspect to overcoming gun violence.
God is a main source, because if you have God in you, then when that spirit comes in, you'll have a different outlook on, a better decision on what you're going to do with that gun. God got to be in the midst. In order for everybody to come together, it got to be God in there somewhere.
We want them to know that it's just not about the church, but it's about the community. And community is not about the neighborhood, but it's us all coming together to come up with some type of resolution for the gun violence.
Chad Groening, WCBI News, Tupelo.
Helping Communities Heal plans to hold their next event on May 16th at 1 p.m. at Veterans Park in Tupelo.
What a beautiful day we had today to end the month of February, really across much of the United States. Things looking quiet out there. That doesn't last long, though. There is some rain and storms on the way. Nothing tonight. Tonight will just be cool and overall quiet across the southeast. We'll drop temperatures down into the 30s and 40s locally here. As we go into Sunday, we're getting up into the mid to upper 60s. Some of us may hit 70 locally. There will be some breezy south winds ahead of our system, which is heading our way. That, though, looks to impact us as we head into Monday, Tuesday, and on Wednesday. There's a little uncertainty with things and how they play out. We'll talk about that, how much rain we expect, and when the sunshine will return. All of that and more later on in the show.
If you've received an email from Columbus Mayor Robert Smith asking for money, it's not real. Public Information Officer Joe Dillon says a fake email allegedly signed by Mayor Robert Smith has been circulating. In the email, the person pretending to be the mayor is asking for residents to buy Google gift cards and then send the card number to a third party. Dillon says the wording on the email makes the reader think that it's urgent. He says it's compelling and easy to believe that you're actually helping someone, but readers are being scammed. The mayor's office says if you've received one of these messages, it's best to just delete the email or text without replying. Cason Water District in Nettleton has issued an emergency alert. There will be a water outage tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. for the following roads: 1203, 1205, 1277, Highway 6, Butler Road, and Metz Road, plus all adjoining roads to these main roads. After the repair, these roads will be under a boil water notice until further notified. Well, it's the last day of Black History Month, and Helping Hands 4-H Club put on a Black History Month program honoring those who came before us and what they did with a twist. Our DeAndrea Turner has more on the story.
The sounds of the song Lift Every Voice and Sing rang throughout the building as community members came together to celebrate Black history.
It helps us learn our Black history, the local legends who went before us.
Addison Patton is the president of Helping Hands 4-H Club. She says they decided to honor leaders right here in the Golden Triangle area because it's imperative to know the history that lies before them.
Know about Rosa Parks and everybody else. We need to let them know about the people who, helped Black history.
The program honored Dr. Howard Gunn and Dr. David Belkley, reenacting the trying times that Dr. Gunn became the first Black registered to vote in Chickasaw County, and Dr. Belkley, who is now the president of Rusk College. Belkley says he's never thought of himself as a legend, but he's proud to be a part of history.
Honored to be invited back home by this 4-H Club group to say we want to name you a legacy for this area.
Leaving a legacy for others to carry on.
After the break, some of the most overworked and underpaid people in our area finally get the appreciation that they deserve. More on that coming up. Stay with us.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 p.m. with Cash Matlock.
Welcome back, everyone. Being a parent is hard. Being a single parent can be even harder. Single parents in our area are getting a much-needed break. Our Savannah Gato has more on the story.
Todd Stevens is the current pastor at Mount Vernon Church in Columbus, and he's no stranger to helping out around the community. But over the years, he's noticed a specific need among a certain demographic: single parents.
Well, I'm hoping that this will allow us to meet people right where they are and show them God's love in a practical way with no strings attached, and give them the opportunity then to take the next step, whatever that might be, from wherever they are.
Members of the church volunteered. They cleaned cars inside and out and used that opportunity to talk and mingle. While the parents took a few minutes for themselves, their kids spent the time playing on the inflatables and hanging out with friends.
I actually did not expect them to actually clean my van entirely, which they're doing right now. But they did that. I mean, it's been really organized and really well done. So I'm impressed.
Stevens did a lot of research beforehand and found something interesting.
So we did a demographic study of the area and found that Columbus has way more single parents than the national norm. So we came up with Single Parent Saturday.
This is the first Single Parent Saturday, but Stevens says it won't be the last.
We're just always looking for opportunities to show God's love in a practical way with no strings attached. So this seemed like a no-brainer, and we've been thrilled with the response from the community.
Dozens of parents took full advantage of today's event.
It was a great day for anything outside. Lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 60s. We have cooled off into the 40s for most spots with a clear sky continuing, though some clouds are filling on in. Warm and windy tomorrow before rain and storms arrive. We will talk about all of that and much, much more right after this.
AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
It is a cool and quiet night across the region. Temperatures falling into the 40s and will continue to fall here for the next several hours. Keeping a mostly clear sky, can't rule out some light, thin clouds somewhere in the region. Right now sitting at 42 in Columbus, 50 still in West Point. The one holdout 44 in Eupora. It is also 45 in Ackerman. Tupelo checking in at 47. We'll be dropping down into the low 40s. Some upper 30s can't be ruled out in spots. 40 the low tonight in Columbus and in Aliceville. 38 in Vernon. Tupelo and Houston at 43. We are staying dry and quiet. Tomorrow the winds will pick up. We will see south winds 5 to 15 miles an hour with clouds increasing during the day. The sunniest part of the day will be the morning. The clouds continuing to thicken, and by after sunset is our first chance for some showers. Nice and warm though. We're heading for the upper 60s across the region. 69 in Pittsburgh, 69 in Shannon. Baldwin getting up to 68. I've got 69 in Smithville. Kingville will get up to 67 tomorrow, 67 in Detroit. Ethelesville up to 68 and 69 in French Camp, 70 in Possum Neck, 68 in New Hope and in Mayhew. Really overall not a bad day here moving forth for our Sunday. Here's what Futurecast has for us. Notice tonight some high thin clouds filling on in. Sunday then will be a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day with clouds continuing to increase into the afternoon and evening hours. I won't rule out some sunshine. That would be nice, but wind will continue. And notice by Sunday night some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are expected in the region. There will likely be a band of them coming through Sunday night into Monday morning. And we'll see these batches of showers and storms continuing through the day Monday. And likely even beyond that here. Some more showers showing up on Futurecast by Monday evening into Monday night. We'll have to watch to see where things settle in because that could add some heavy rain back into the region. There is a chance for a stronger storm to our north and west Monday into Monday night. I won't rule that out. And then Tuesday, a level 2 risk is off to our south and our west, including some of our area. I think this is going to get shifted a little further south, though, and here's why. We've got the setup overall, which does support rain and storms regardless here. The key will be watching what our front does here, and you'll notice Futurecast says our low pressure forms just to the south of our area. That's something we'll have to notice here. Now, regardless of the severe threat, 2 to 5 inches of rain is what we'll advertise with higher amounts likely in areas from Monday to as late as Wednesday night. Their severe threat is south and east of that low pressure track. Now, what's uncertain about this? The track of the low pressure. Right now, I think the best chance for it will be to see that low pass just south of our area. And if that pans out, that keeps the severe threat south, which is good news. However, the catch-22 here is that we would likely deal with heavy rain then as that storm system slides on through the region. So we'll see what ends up happening here, but there will be a band somewhere between 2 to 5 inches across Mississippi, Alabama, maybe as far north as Tennessee. That still will fluctuate back and forth. We are a little uncertain moving forth. I bet by tomorrow night we'll have a lot more certainty with what will happen. Sunday looks like a great day here moving forth. Rain and a few storms Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday. We are cooling off with sunshine Thursday. Looks like we'll have a nice weekend next week.
With March on the horizon, teams still fighting for a chance to play in the postseason. Courtney has the highlights from college basketball when we come back.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
With March right on the horizon, Ole Miss's chances of a postseason appearance in the NCAA tournament are currently non-existent. However, the Rebels still have a chance to make a postseason appearance by making a splash next month in the SEC tournament. And a win against Vanderbilt this afternoon will ultimately affect seeding next week. So let's get to Oxford. One of 2 remaining home games for the Rebels. We pick things up in the first half. 16 and change to go. Guard Devontae Schuler out on the wing. Money. Rebels commanding early, up 13-1. Under 14 to go, Doors on offense. The kick out to guard Scottie Pippen Jr. You know the name. Makes it off the bounce. Caps off a 9-0 run for the Doors. It's 13-10 Ole Miss. 11 to go. Ole Miss down 2. Schuler out in transition. Pops up for the mid-range jumper. Rebels knotted up at 17. Under 7.5. Forward Hadim C fights his way inside. Dumps it to forward KJ Buffin for the slam. Ole Miss pulls ahead 28-22. Late in the first, guard Brian Tyree picking up where he always seems to be leaving off downtown. Splash. The Rebels leading 43-27 at halftime. Out of the break, Buffin on the crossover step off the glass. Rebels up 54-34. 5 minutes to go. The kick out to Schuler. Nothing but net. The Rebels pick up SEC win number 5, 86-60 against Vanderbilt. With 5 players scoring in double figures, Ole Miss head coach Kermit Davis calling the game the Rebels' most complete offensive game this season.
Just the way the ball moved, and Breen only played 30 minutes, which I think is a good thing. And those other guys, these guys got off to a great start, and we put our 3 guys off the bench, and it didn't go so well for about a minute and a half. We've had breakdowns. All of a sudden, the game's tied, and they're up. But then when we put them back in the game, they really played good, and Sammy played a lot better. These are not the guys in double figures, but Sammy played better, Austin, and but just the ball movement, the ball shared, and we had a couple of really, really good possessions in the second half.
Meanwhile, in Columbia, Missouri, Mississippi State fighting for the Bulldogs' March Madness chances. Second half, Dogs leading by 6. Tigers guard Xavier Pinson from the top of the key. Bottoms makes it a 3-point game. Bulldogs leading 43-40. Under 14 to go. Guard Robert Woodard in the paint. Fights for 2 off the glass. Stayed up 47-40. We move midway through the second half. The feed to guard Reggie Perry. The easy floater. Bulldogs leading 51-40. The largest lead for State all game. And then we fast forward 2 minutes. Mitchell Smith with the no mercy slam caps off a 9-0 Tiger run. MSU up 51-49. 8 and change remaining. Tyson Carter can't get the floater to go. Perry taps it in. State back on top 55-53. Under 5 remaining in the game. Guard Nick Weatherspoon pulling up from downtown. Buckets. Bulldogs take control up 62-55. With 50 seconds remaining, Carter driving right to the rim. State picks up a much-needed quad 2 victory, 67-63 against Missouri. The Bulldogs head to South Carolina for another potential bubble buster coming up on Tuesday. After dropping a late game Friday night at Long Beach State 4-0, it looks like Mississippi State has adjusted to Pacific time. The offense much more lively in Game 2 this evening. MSU coming away with the 9-0 shutout victory. The rubber match between the Bulldogs and Long Beach State will be Sunday at 1 p.m. Ole Miss back in action as well this afternoon, taking on East Carolina. And thanks to a pair of runs from right fielder Tim Elko and left fielder Kevin Graham, the Rebels get another win. 2-1 going to be your final there. Ole Miss closes out that Keith LeClaire Classic Sunday morning. That will be against my personal alma mater, Indiana, at 10 a.m. MSU softball hosting the Snowman Tournament in honor of former outfielder Alex Wilcox. The Bulldogs so far so good. Doing a good job honoring Wilcox. State with the sweep over UAB, taking Game 2 this afternoon. 5-0 the final in that one. And then moving on to game number 2 against Alcorn State. MSU taking the win as well. 8-1. Falelua doing a fantastic job with 3 runs and just 3 at-bats. Next up, they will take on Alcorn State again tomorrow, Sunday at 12:30. A few more high school teams fighting for a chance to make it to the semifinals. Highlights from the final day of quarterfinals action when we come back. Welcome back. Quarterfinals action continues on. Columbus taking on Lafayette. 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Azaria Buford inside gets the shot to go. Doors with a 3-point lead, 36-33. 2.5 remaining off the inbounds pass. Anaya Sadler with the clutch J makes it a 1-point game. And under a minute remaining, Sadler again with the ball. Going to pop up for the mid-range J. Falcons take a 59-57 lead with just 1 second remaining, and the Falcons are headed to Jackson. Columbus gets the 39-37 win. Falcons moving on to the semifinals Tuesday at 4 p.m. Starkville taking on Olive Branch, the winner earning a trip to the Big House. We jump to the fourth. Swinging the rock to Eric Green, the hard drive, blocking foul, and 1. Starkville going up 51-44. And 3 minutes remaining. Forte Prater, the isolation move, attacks the middle. Corner 3 by Jalen Jones. Starkville up 56-51. And a minute remaining, Yellow Jackets down by 1. Prater hits Green on the wing. Buckets. Green puts Stark up 61-59. 20 seconds remaining. Starkville up 3. Tez Jones finds Kyron Pius. Game-tying 3 bucket. Makes it 63-all. Next possession, Forte Prater between the legs. Attacking. Off the glass is good. It's 65-63 Starkville with 1.2 seconds remaining. Premature celebration, but who cares? Last chance for Olive Branch. Pius again from half court. Hits glass, but rolls off the rim, and Starkville wins a classic in Valley to go to Jackson. Starkville coming away with the 65-63 win over Olive Branch. We'll be right back.
Today is Leap Day, a day that only comes about every 4 years, or on the 4th year, actually. Every extra day is added to the end of February to keep the calendar year synchronized with the astronomical year or seasonal year. And it's an extra special day for this lady right here. I want to say happy birthday to my mom, Penny, who is celebrating her 13th birthday this year. She's finally a teenager, and yeah, pretty cool there.
I think in 2052, we can have a drink with her. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Get ready for those teenage years.
I know, they're
it's
going to
be wild, Cash. Buckle
Well,
up.
happy birthday from all of us here at
For sure.
WCBI.
Beautiful weather today, more tomorrow. An isolated shower in the evening. It will be breezy. Rain, rain, rain. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, unfortunately. But next week looks pretty good.
Here we go again.
All right.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.